And
welcome! We are Two Girls Full Gas. I'm Monica.
I'm Tristan.
And we're feeling pretty good.
Yeah. We're feeling good. We had a great weekend. It's beautiful here.
So beautiful in sunny Southern California.
Yeah.
It was like the perfect weekend to go wine tasting. But like real wine tasting, not Groupon wine tasting.
Yeah.
Nothing against Groupon. Nothing against Groupon. But
we have beef with the wineries they claim they were giving us.
Okay, so us and our friend Kate, we decided to go wine tasting. Hi, Kate. Hi, Kate. We decided to go wine tasting, and she said that if we did like a Groupon, it'd be like such a better deal.
And that her niece had done it. A few people she knew did it, loved it. And Monica was like, no. We can just go to regular wine tasting. Kate and I obviously are bargain hunters, and we're like, but look at all these we found.
You know what, though? I think, though, that why you guys decided to do a Groupon is so that we had someone to drive us. Because we were totally, we don't want to drink and drive. Yeah, we don't drink and drive. We like Ubers. An escort.
Escorted us.
We had an escort.
Yeah. May as well have been.
We'll get to that later. But yeah, so I mean, it first kind of started off a little funky. Like our friend's husband, he's so amazing. He picked us up.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to drive back and forth from the wineries, and then he dropped us off at the said location.
Unfindable.
It was unfindable. Unfindable. Like to the point where they kept calling us and saying that we were late, and they were like, "Go on this street by this place, caddy corner from this."
Well, first explain caddy corner to us.
And then like, go 5 steps to the left. You might see this person sitting on the bench. Like it was like the worst directions ever. Yeah. So we find this. It wasn't even like a party bus. It was a commuter van.
And we thought party bus, and we saw all these happy people getting on party buses immediately.
Lights. There's like lights and music bumping, and then we got into like a rideshare van.
With a bum in the back.
It wasn't a...
No. It looked like it. He was just laying back there.
Yeah. So we get in, there's a driver, there's a couple, a man and a woman in the first row. Mm-hmm. We get into the second and third row, and then
you and Kate, me, and then the guy in the back.
The guy was sitting in the back. So we start going, and we start driving. We're all excited. Everybody's like, woohoo! We're like in a great mood. Yeah. And then we kind of keep passing the wineries. Mm-hmm. And then we kind of keep passing more wineries. And I'm like, it's gonna come here. It's coming soon. I'm like, we're getting there. It was almost like one of those movies where there's like a good Samaritan, and you run out of gas, and they're like, I'll take you to the gas station, or like, this is not right. Like, this doesn't feel right. And then we end up way far. It's 20, 30 minutes driving
past this main street to turn to the wineries. So she said we were passing wineries. No, we passed the main street to get to the wineries and went really far the other direction.
So far. We're like in another county.
Now she's familiar with it. She goes to the desert and all that.
Yeah, but they didn't specify that.
Like, I'm familiar with this.
Yeah, I knew where we were going, but I would never think there was a winery right there. So we pull up on a dirt road.
In a van.
With
regular tires, not off-road tires. We're bouncing up and down.
Waiting to see like cars and people. I'm trying to listen for music.
Just a van.
Just us. Literally just us. Yeah. I'm all about VIP treatment. But it comes to the point where
safety first,
but I don't think anybody really wanted to be there. Nobody was there. We weren't VIPs.
We drove down the dirt road. We knew we didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
We were positive of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
this man and his dog greets us, and he's the only person there in this desolate area.
Yeah. The dog's friendly.
Dog's super friendly. The man's a little
different.
A little weird. So he walks us into his like man cave. Like it's like a bar.
He called it that, yeah.
This is man cave. And we're sitting there with our empty glasses, and I'm used to regular wineries. We're like, hi, give me your ticket, let me pour. he wanted to tell us a big old story about, I don't even remember what he was talking about, but he just kept talking.
So they do
talking and
typically
talking.
sometimes tell you like, oh, this is this, and it pairs well with this.
Oh, but he was talking
But
shit
he-
about the
he
bridal
would-
party that were there the day
He would
before.
start it with that, and then go off on another.
Tangent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just terrible, and he was terrible.
And I kept
noticed
pushing my
our
glass.
driver had a flight of wine.
Yeah, he gave him wine.
Yeah, our driver
Our driver.
that we paid for, or we would have just gone by ourselves.
We would have hired an Uber. Probably would have been the same
That's
price. Yeah.
She already said he would be.
Yeah, I would. Next time, we'll pay you. We pay well.
I pay okay.
Well, we're not rich.
I'm not well off.
No, I'm not either. So I'll give you a good tip.
You get by. You'll get by like I do.
I'll pay for your gas money. And maybe buy you something to eat,
Yeah.
like In-N-Out. Best.
Me alone of those.
So like, as he was talking, I remember kind of like pushing my empty wine glass like a little closer, a little closer, a little closer, so he could like start pouring and stop talking. So he finally did, and I mean his wine was good, but he was just not great company, especially since he was talking so much crap about those 40-year-old
Unhappily married women.
that were there the day before for a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
That he said she shouldn't even be wearing white.
And the
Okay.
reason he could tell is because
She was sitting on a.
you say it.
I don't want to.
I can't.
She was apparently she wasn't wearing underwear and she accidentally flashed him something.
Roast beef. That's what he said, not me.
Yeah, I don't think it's it wasn't professional, I think. So, that's where we came up with the word Arby's.
That was our safe word.
Arby's was our safe word.
Because clearly we have a sense of humor. We're not worried about that you said that.
We just know, like,
It's just a time and a place and the context. We were at a winery, so we thought we had to be fancy that day.
think you up. Think you up.
Apparently we didn't.
No, that's
We
why
could
I
say
like
whatever we
Arby's.
wanted.
She had the meats. I don't know.
The meat sweats. I wonder.
So when she aired it out,
Yeah.
I was like, we're not hot right now. We're not gonna do that.
I wore underwear. I'm never gonna do that. I'm not gonna catch me slipping at a winery ever. It's not gonna happen.
True story. I have so many clients that work in waters and like, girl, you don't know how many times people call me a bitch every weekend because I'm like, ma'am, you need to put your breasts back in your shirt, or ma'am, you need to close your. No, but honestly, he was really kind of weird, and I felt a little bit odd.
Yeah.
I felt like
In danger. That's how I felt.
I really did feel a little nervous.
I didn't care about what he was saying.
No, it was more like just that there was no one there.
No music.
No one there.
Spiders in his bathroom. I don't even believe he goes there. Other than the day the roast beef ladies were there. Then when we were there. That's the only time I think he goes.
Really?
He's a creep.
He was a creep. He was a creep. But the thing is that like we were promised so many things and it just wasn't delivered. Like a picnic lunch. I thought like an artisanal like a charcuterie board with a little this and all that. Like I was expecting something more.
Meat.
All the meats and all the cheeses. And we
All
got
the wet cheeses.
Don't ever say wet cheeses.
Wanted all
Wet,
the
no,
cheeses.
say soft. Wet or white?
Wet.
Wet? What's a wet cheese to you?
All the ones that start sweating because they've been out there for so long.
I mean, I'll still eat it. I mean,
Well, I'd say
I'll eat a
Parmesan.
cheese.
I would say is a dry.
it's dry.
A wet mozzarella. I
Okay.
know the difference. I was expecting the wet cheese. And what we got was pinwheels from Costco.
So we were not the only ones that felt that there was something off with the whole situation. Like, I always say trust your gut. Trust your gut, because you yourself know when something doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel right. So the couple that were in the van with us, we started talking more to the girl, and she was like, man, he's weird. And that's when we came up with, if we feel weird, we're going to say Arby's, and we're all running in different directions.
Yeah.
And may the fastest one win, or the one that has the best service. But the fact that he told his wife, he's like, I'm just going to let you know, like, if I outrun you, I'm going to leave you behind. He was really going to
already had plans.
He had plans.
It was like, if
I
they
thought he was
make
going to protect us.
He was like, if they make it, will she come back to me? Will my wife hate me that I did turn?
He was supposed to protect us. No, he was scared as much as we were scared. And he would be like, oh. So then after we eat our delicious artisanal lunch, we then tour more of the property. And there's this really pretty house on the property that it looks like no one's there. And me being business-minded, after he says, does anybody have any questions? I do. Does anybody rent this? Like, do you use it for like Airbnb? I'm thinking business-wise, like weddings and like bachelorette parties, which I would never go there for a bachelorette party.
Might be cameras.
I wouldn't doubt that. And what does he say?
You're a curious little cat, aren't you?
Yeah, apparently you can't ask questions when someone has. Do you have any questions?
Yeah.
It really was just to be curious.
It was he just was saying what he thought was nice. Does anyone have any questions? And he wanted us to all be like, no, we're verified.
And then I have a question.
Yeah.
I'd like to know. And then we went to go to his, the only place in his winery that doesn't cost him money. And we went down to the cellar. Dark, cold, wet. Wet like cheese. Wet cheese. I never am going to look at a sweaty piece of cheese and be like, that's a wet piece of cheese. It's a sweaty, wet cheese. Yeah. So anyways, we go down to the cellar. And what does the husband of the woman say?
First step in, Arby's.
We really thought, and then he closed the door behind all of us.
Says Arby's again, because
we were all a little scared.
Well, we all were, but the man with us was the most scared.
He was.
It's like when he was a kid, no one tried to scare him or say, go face what's out there. He just was told, come here, I'll save you.
Yeah.
Now, my dad was trying to scare me at all times, and then he'd be like, there's nothing to be scared of, look. This never happened to this guy. This guy was like, be scared.
No, it was scary. It was scary. It was like dark.
Scared. But that guy
he was scared.
He was yelling Arby's all the time.
He just kept saying Arby's.
I felt like we needed to not give him the safe word. Only us knew it.
We can't give him.
He was crying wolf all the time. He was.
So after we leave with our lives, we then stop with our driver at a liquor store. He said, I'll be right back. So we're in the car, or a convenience
None of us wanted to stop. They just decided.
They decided to stop. Yeah. So they come and they bring
Michelob Ultra.
It was Michelob Ultra. It was like the skinny cans, and then they're like, "Here you guys go." So we start drinking more because we're like, "This is crazy! Like we cannot believe this just happened." We all felt a certain way. It wasn't that me and you were like, "Oh, I'm nervous."
Everyone
was nervous.
We just dropped a pin to my
husband. She literally dropped a pin on her phone to her husband because she said something just doesn't feel right here. But we really couldn't leave because
our drivers were like, the tour's not over.
Yeah. They buy us drinks. Probably they felt bad for us. But I think it was really for them.
They were thirsty, and that's their biggest choice. Yeah. They didn't want us to be annoyed, so they passed them out to us. As
well. They kept passing us to us. But we drank them.
We were like, yeah,
sure.
Give us more, because we're terrified.
So then we got to the next winery.
Because usually one flight of winery stuff will make you want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
There, no, I was on high alert. There was no getting me tired.
We needed the beer to calm down.
It was almost like I was drinking Red Bull. Every sip. So the beer.
No, seriously. Yeah. No, and then the second winery we went to, we kind of like hit them up like, hey, that winery we went to earlier. And they were like, no, he's cool. Nobody's ever said anything. And we're like, we're not crazy. We aren't crazy people. Like, we're pretty good judges of character, and that guy was weird.
Yeah.
Super weird. I think we kind of needed that, like, beer after because we were all so like shaken up about that experience. Like
Yeah.
that was Burmese.
And we
No,
felt safer with those two for some reason.
for some reason.
Until. So then we go to the next winery, which is way better because
I mean, it was.
here's why it was
There
better.
was people.
There was two other couples there. Than
There
us.
was people.
Have you guys ever been or heard anyone go to that winery before? Yeah, why? And we're like, have they ever said anything bad about that guy? No. I mean, he's a little different, but no one's ever said anything bad. I'm like, okay. So maybe it was just us.
No, he's just weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
So we're there. There we're comfortable.
Yeah.
There is where we got drunk or
Buzzed.
Yeah. Buzzed.
And then the
third was safe. There was a band. It was everything they promised.
It was everything they
It
promised.
says best winery in San Diego County.
Well,
We were supposed to be in Riverside County the whole time.
Hi, I'm Monica and I'm drunk. No, but thank you so much for watching our podcast, all 10 of you.
We mean it.
9 now.
We can count.
But thanks for joining us. We have so much fun. And may your cups always be full. Cheers.
Literally.
And figuratively.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm Tristan. She's drunk.